DJ Treylow podcast, man. I'm just getting up. It's July 8th, 2019, 8:46 a.m. It's still early than a bitch, man. I mean, not July, I'm sorry, June 8th. Damn, I'm all tired, man. It's in the wrong month. I hate the beginning of the summer, man. I don't mind the middle part, I don't mind the end. I hate the beginning because the sun just starts coming in, waking you up at like 6 o'clock in the morning, man. Even if you block out all your windows and shit, it's still like you can feel it, just the heat coming in. And you're like, if you go to sleep past 11:30, 12, man, it's only like, especially 1, 2 o'clock, you get like 4 or 5 hours of sleep. And then you just like, boom, I'm awake. And you can't go back to sleep. You be tossing and turning in the bed and shit. And I don't take no sleep aids. I know a lot of people out there be taking sleep aids, but I don't take no sleep aids. So I know it's when you first get up, it's hard for me to stay asleep if the sun's up. As you get older, you'll notice that when you're younger, the sun's up, it don't matter. You can sleep in. I got, my little youngster, he's 3 years old. He'll damn near go to sleep like 11 at night and sleep all the way till like 11, 12 the next day. Like, dude, I could never do that. I haven't done that in like 10, 20 years. You know what I'm saying? I've never slept for 12 hours. You know what I'm saying? The most I sleep is maybe 6, 7 hours a night. If I'm lucky, 8 hours. Sometimes it's 5. You know what I'm saying? As you get older, you just don't sleep that much because you're in tune, like with your, what is it, the daily rhythmic cycle tune or something, where you're linked with the sun. Anyways, I try to get this podcast done a little early because I got some stuff to do today. It's my nephew's birthday. Shout out to my little young nephew, Felipe. If he ever hears these podcasts, June 8th, 2019. I don't know if it's today, but I know his birthday party is today. So I got to go pick up my older son, who stays way out there in Round Rock. It's like almost a 45-minute drive just to go all the way out there because he stays almost in Georgetown. And I stay way east. So I got to go pick him up. And then I got to also go to my pop's house because he got this table that he's doing for me because I broke my last table. You know what happened with my last table? I had a bunch of friends over and playing dominoes. And I had like a cheap-ass table. And it was slamming the fuck out them dominoes and cracked the table. So I need to get a new dining room table regardless of the fact. And I'm going ahead and do that. But earlier this week, man, I went over to my sister's house. Hold on a second. Back this stuff up. I'm not doing it in order. 2019, let's go ahead and play a beat for y'all that I made. I kind of like this beat. Let's see here. I made about 4 or 5 beats last week, but some of them are real lazy beats. You know why I say lazy beats? Because I just used a couple of samples. And when I use the samples, I only use like one melody sample, like one piano, and then the drum line and the bass line. And that's kind of lazy. Like, you kind of want to at least put in like 2 piano samples. But see, the hard thing about that is like when you're like just using samples, it's kind of hard to find like 2 samples that mix together good, really sound good. And you can always do that with like trap beats because everybody loves trap samples and they just put up tons of trap samples, so you can always get the dun 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 and then like that. You can kind of mix those 2 together. You know what I'm saying? I mean, that's easy. But like when you get into like more creative style beats, like reggae beats or slow beats, or more hip hop kind of old school style beats, it's kind of hard to find 2 samples that go together if you go on these websites. So what I do is sometimes when I get like one sample that I can ride through a whole beat with, and there's always like a master and a slave when it comes to samples. The master is kind of like what you're gonna ride the whole beat with and go all the way through with it, and the slave is going to be something that you do, it just adds to the master. You know what I'm saying? Usually the master is like a low end sound, and the slave's kind of like a high end sound, more of a beep 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 beep, just kind of complements it. You know what I'm saying? So when I say lazy beats, I was like doing these beats at like 3 or 4 in the morning. and I was intoxicated. So I didn't really put in like 2 samples. So people might listen to me and say, well, that's just one sample you writing through the whole song. And I'll be like, yeah, that's one of my lazy ass beats. You know, I didn't really get too creative with it. But I did get creative with the drums. Like, you know, because, you know, you got the drum line, and then you got the bass line, and then you can kind of add like little, little hats to it, like, and then you can add a little symbols, like, you know. So I did get a little creative with that, but other than that, I didn't do this. This is one that's kind of slow, but I'll let y'all check it out. Hold on, if you can hear it. Enough of that. That's enough of that. That's a little preview for y'all. But look, man, that sample was so long. That piano sample was so long that, I mean, you could pretty much ride with that. It doesn't sound too repetitive. Like if it was only like a little ass sample, like dun 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 dun, like that, and it rode through the whole song like dun 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 dun. And, you know, it would sound like repetitive. But see, that sample is so long. It's got like, it's almost like, what is it, 16 bars? You know what I'm saying? And it's smooth. It's kind of like a smooth piano kind of sample that you can ride all the way through it. So shout outs to whoever made that sample if you hear the podcast, because that's a lot of that sample. I love the fuck out of it. I've been jamming the fuck out that little beat right there. And you know, you can pretty make, as soon as you flip samples, you can pretty make a hip hop beat out of anything. You know what I'm saying? All you gotta do is add the drum line, you know, and you can pretty much make. That's why I was making hip hop beats out of like video game sounds and anything. You know what I'm saying? Movies, soundtracks, anything. Just clip a sample and load it into the slot, and then make sure your time stretch it to where it's correctly matches up. I don't know what program you're using, like I use FL Studio. But I'm trying to get into more Apple programs like Logic and, the simple one like GarageBand and what's the other one? Damn, I can't think of the other one right now. So I'm going to get into that because I just got a MacBook Pro. So I'm going to get more into that. You know what I'm saying? Because I got tired of DJing with a PC. PC's cool, but you got to have like top of the line PC, because like with Apple, if you DJ, you're not going to have any kind of like, what's it called, buffer problems and stuff like that. When you use your controllers, the scratch is going to be totally on point because Apple's really good about music. PC can be okay for a second, and all of a sudden it's like doing stuff in the background. All of a sudden the program starts slowing down, your processor's not going fast enough, and then your scratches be off point when you scratch with them. So get you a Mac, bottom line. Spend the money, it's worth it. Quality, you want quality, you got to pay for it. So, and Macs aren't cheap, man. I think I spent like $1,500 on just my MacBook Pro, but I got it brand new. So, Macs are not cheap. If you got to come out the pocket for a Mac. Man. Oh yeah, last week, I did a podcast with my little sister. A lot of it got jacked up, like the audio quality or whatever. So I was trying to upload it, and then I was like, nah, I'm not going to upload it. But I got like a little clip from it that y'all can check out. First of all, before I get into all that, what is it, 9 minutes? Now, Future just dropped a little EP, which really tripped me out because I'm gonna go to hip hop news. Let's segue to that. Future dropped the EP on June the what is it? June the 7th. And what was crazy is called Save Me. I listened to like 2 songs on it so far. It's okay. But he announced that he was going to drop it. Like, it wasn't even like posted. Like, you know, it was just something that he just came out. He just said, hey man, I'm dropping this. He announced it on June 5th via his Instagram. So it was like nobody knew he was going to drop another little album. And it's not bad for an EP because you're getting 20 minutes on it. You're getting 7 songs on it. So, you know, I hate EPs that put out, like, I like Black Youngster, and he put out a little EP, I think, earlier this month. Had 3 songs on it, dude. Come on, dude. What am I going to do with that? You know what I'm saying? What you're going to have to do with something like that is, if you have an iPhone or whatever, is create a playlist and put them songs in your playlist, you know, if you want to hear them, you know, because you're never going to click on his album and play just 3 songs over and over and over and over again. You know what I'm saying? Like, there's no point in even having that kind of EP if it's only 3 songs. You know what I'm saying? Because usually when you go in your car, you're going to, you know, find that album or, you know, and, you know, you're not going to be that specific when you get in your car to drive to look for one certain song unless you're just in love with that song. But mostly, you know, you either put it on shuffle or you put it on, you know, just, you know, alphabetical playlist. You know what I'm saying? It just plays A, B, C, D of your songs. And that sucks because there's a lot of songs on there that you probably don't like. But, you know, you put the album on your phone because you like maybe 2 or 3 songs off of it. And you're not going to get that complicated and sit up there and just go into your iTunes and erase like all the other songs. I mean, come on, who does that, man? You got nothing else to do but, oh, this is my favorite. So, and you know, like when you're listening to an album, like the shitty songs, whether you know it or not, they kind of complement the good songs. Because if you have hit after hit after hit after hit, it's kind of like you, what's it called? Desensitize yourself. You know what I'm saying? That's why, you know, if you make a CD where you got all your favorite songs on it, and you think it's going to be, man, you're like, this is going to be live. You know what I'm saying? But then you listen to it and you're like, well, it was all right. You know what I'm saying? Because you already desensitized yourself by the third or fourth song. That's why it's good to have songs that you don't really like, but they're played, you know, and they're slow, and they kind of like get your mind ready for the good song. You know what I'm saying? That's why I talked about SRT with, because he's always trying to put out like 20 hits, and he's putting everything in every song. I'm like, dude, you got to have songs where they're not just, they're just relaxing. They're not like too much energy into it. You know, and you might not go, like, people might be like, man, that song sucks. But, because it's not the livest song that you did. But the thing is, you want songs like that. So, that way, when you get to this hit song on your album, like number 3rd song, you don't ever want to put a hit song like number 1. You know, like maybe the 3rd or 4th song. I noticed with most albums, it's like 3rd or 4th song is the first hit song. And then, like, you know, they go through about 5, 6, 7, 8 songs, and then they'll get another hit song. You know what I'm saying? Now, if you're really some kind of super badass producer like Dr. Dre or something, then you can have like almost every song a hit song. But when I listened to The Chronic, there's a couple songs on there I didn't like. I didn't like Little Ghetto Boy. I didn't like that shit, man. You know what I'm saying? That shit was too slow. It was kind of boring. You know what I'm saying? But, you know, some people say like every song on The Chronic just was jamming like a motherfucker. I gotta admit his production was on like insane, but I'm just saying like that was like an exception to the rules. There are some albums out there that are exceptions to the rules, but come on, man. Most albums are like, you know, on number 3rd song or 4th song, there's a hit song, and then number 8, there's gonna be another hit song. So, that being said, you know, that's cool. People don't like that, but that's cool. You know what I'm saying? And now we live in the day and age where people just, you know, just buy the hit song for 99 cents and don't even buy the albums, you know? So, but I like to listen to the whole album because I respect the fact that, it's like a feeling. Some feelings are boring, some feelings are amped. You know what I'm saying? So what I'm trying to say with what was I trying to say? Oh yeah, when you get in your car and you got an EP and it's got 3 songs on it, and they're 3 hit songs. You got to put that on a playlist. Make your playlist, because you're never going to sit up there and click on that album or that song, and you might randomly run across it on a shuffle mode. You know what I'm saying? But other than that, you're not going to listen to it because the album's too short. There's nothing in there. Okay, besides this Future dropping this little album, he just popped up and dropped it real quick. You know what I'm saying? Didn't even say it was coming out. There's nothing really going on in the news, hip hop, as far as big things. And then, in July, Birdman and Juveniles are dropping Just Another Gangster 2. I listened to Just Another Gangster 1. It's alright, but it's just nothing that just stands out to you. You know what I'm saying? So maybe Just Another Gangster 2 might have like some really good hits. But, I was thinking about the Hot Boys the other day, Turk and BG. I don't know what happened to BG. I haven't seen him in a while. I know he's on heroin. So hopefully he's okay now. I mean, he got his wife together in Lil Wayne. But it's like that whole group kind of fell off, after they kind of went their own separate ways. Juvenile kind of went to rap a lot and did his thing, but now he's back with Cash Money. And Turk was suing Baby because he didn't get no money or some shit like that. BG, I haven't heard him make an album in forever. So they was live when there was first Cash Money Records. I'll tell you that. And Wayne kind of like, he had some health problems lately, so he hasn't really been fucking with the mic. But Wayne was still doing his thing with Cash Money for a long time. Oh, okay, that's done with hip hop news. And local news. I'm not gonna go over local news. Fuck ATX. No, I'm just kidding. I already kind of went over local news with y'all. It's hot as hell. Anyways, man, I'll go back over local news. I'm joking. So, busy day today. Got a lot of shit to do, so I'm gonna finish up this podcast kind of early. Let's look at the local news here. What's been going on in ATX? Probably nothing. Probably people. Oh man, people getting kind of like, it's getting hot now, man. So like, I was walking into Walmart the other day. I had to take a stop. I had to pause because right when I was walking in, people was yelling World Star and film that shit and all this crap. And I wasn't paying attention, but then right at the door, there was like 2 dudes were fighting, like, and they were kind of like, they got already to the phase of the wrestling phase. First it's like the swinging phase where they swinging on each other and, just throwing fists. And then like one guy usually wraps the other guy up, and he had wrapped the other guy up and he had like his shirt over his head, like he was trying to wrestle and pick him up. And one guy was like wrapped around the guy's waist. The other guy was trying to pick him up and like body slam him. You know what I'm saying? So it's like the second phase of the fight. Usually fights go in like 3 stages. First is the swing on stage where you're just swinging madly at each other. Then it's the wrestle stage. Then whoever falls down first and gets on the ground, that's usually the guy that gets his ass whooped. You know what I'm saying? Because he's getting stomped out. Now, it's 79 degrees right now, but it's supposed to get all the way up to like 95 today, so it's going to be hot. They're talking about heat stroke versus heat exhaustion. Know the warning signs, so that'd be a good article to read. Wimberley Carrot instructors at Cedar Park Child Care. Governor Abbott signs bills to allow Texans to lawfully carry guns in churches. Wow, okay, so Texas is making it cool to carry your pistol in a church because people are wilding out. I'm saying, man, like, it's gonna get so bad now that like everywhere you go where there's like public assembly, they're gonna have like metal detectors. That's how, I mean, if you don't want to we want to stop all that gun crap. They're gonna have security and metal detectors everywhere. So like, if somebody wiles out at school, you can't get into campus, period, without a metal detector. Can't even enter the open area, lawn area, garden area. You know what I'm saying? You can't even get in, period. School, you can't even get into a church without metal detectors, with security, with guns. That's the way they should do it. It shouldn't just give guns to like normal people, because like normal people, sometimes you don't know what kind of, I guess, anger issues they have. And they might just pull a gun for getting pissed off and shoot somebody, blow somebody's head off for no reason. You know what I'm saying? 5 men wounded by Okay, this is another article. I'm sorry. 5 men wounded by indirect gunfire in Southwest Austin. How did 5 men get shot? 5 of them. This dude must have.
Trying hard to get a better signal on your cell phone.
Hold on, let me turn this down. That was an advertisement. Don't listen. That was unpaid, so don't listen to that. Anyways, man, I'm confused on this, man. What the hell? How did 5 men get shot? Unless it was like a freaking machine gun. Is it a mobile home park called Country Air Mobile Home Park? Okay, there were 2 shotgun blasts to the ground. It appeared that the blast had ricocheted off the ground, hitting the 5 victims. Police also found some casings. That should tell you right now, if you got a shotgun, and I've done it myself, and I have felt the pellet go by my head or go by my shoulder. I could feel the wind of it. So when you shooting a gun, people think, okay, I don't want to shoot it in the air because then the bullet come down and it could hit somebody and kill somebody. You know what I'm saying? So they get nervous about shooting a gun in the air. But if you shoot it at the ground and the ground is not soft, like you're talking about not a bullet, but like a shotgun, because shotgun shoots like little tiny BBs, so they will bounce and ricochet. See what I'm saying? So people think that's the safest thing to do is shoot the shotgun at the ground, so that way, it goes up in the air. We don't have to worry about it coming back down and hitting people. And it can ricochet. That's even worse. And it can hit you. So next time you're out there on New Year's Eve, 4th of July, and you're out there popping off, don't shoot it at the ground. If you got to shoot it at something, shoot it at a target that can take the bullet, or shoot it in the air. Just, I wouldn't even recommend shooting it in the air. I wouldn't recommend shooting it at all. But I'm just saying, at least when you're shooting in the air, there's a chance that it's not going to hit you. Hopefully it doesn't hit nobody else. Like I live on like country land, so like whenever it's not country, but it's like a suburb in the country. But if I ever shoot a gun and it's during a celebration like New Year's Eve, there's parts of this area that's behind my suburb area that's like country. So, I could shoot it in the air there and not have to worry about too much like bullets hitting somebody, coming down and hitting somebody. So it's best not to shoot at all, unless you got like a set up target range and something that can take the bullet impact. Then do that. So I understand what this is talking about when they got a shotgun blast from the ground, because I got a shotgun and I experienced that and I was scared as shit. I got lucky that pellet didn't hit me. You know what I'm saying? So just don't do that shit if you want to be safe. Anyways, Treylow podcast. My advice for today. Let me look at some of these. Hold on. Phone us. Let's see here. Uh, um, I guess my advice would be stay clear of people that only seek you when you're entertaining them. See what I'm saying? A true friend and a true person that cares about you is going to be with you whether you're boring or whether you're entertaining. If somebody just wants to be around you when you're telling jokes and you're, you know, doing what they want and being a cool person and I guess they getting like benefits from hanging out with you, like maybe some free booze or free food or free drugs, and that's the only time you're around that person is when you're entertaining them. You know what I'm saying? They're never around when you just have nothing going on. It's a boring ass day and you're bored and you don't have no money. Don't be around people like that because they're not really your friends. A true friend is gonna be around you regardless of if you have money, regardless of if you're funny that day, regardless of if you're entertaining that day. That's a true friend. You know, they just want to hang out just to be around you. You don't even have to say nothing. And they'll be around you. All right, let me finish up this podcast. Shout out to my boy Jay Craig. We did a little song if you want to hear it. It's on my YouTube, D Myers 45. He did a little song about something preferred stock when he's talking about smoking and stuff. And then he didn't finish the song up. We still got another couple of bars to do to it. So I'm gonna see how that turns out. And it's a pretty good song. I'm getting kind of tired, so I'm probably pretty much gonna end this podcast. If you want my books, go on Amazon, punch in Mr. David P. Myers. I'm going by David P. Myers because there's another David Myers that's a psychologist. It's not me. Okay? And he writes psychology books. He's a famous psychologist. It's not me. So he's already got the David Myers name on lock. I'm David P. Myers. Mr. David P. Myers. You know what I'm saying? I got to use my middle name. That's what you got to do when you're famous and you got the same name as somebody else. You got to use your middle name or add a letter or something like that so people don't get you mixed up with that other person. You know what I'm saying? Because, like, I'm sure there's a lot of Stephen Kings out there, but they can't go by Stephen King if they write a book. Because there's Stephen King's the only one that writes the hard book, and he got that name on lock. So they have to go by Stephen H. King. Or Steve King E. You know what I'm saying? Or Steve K.N. You know what I'm saying? There's some that do the first two initials, which is kind of cool, like H.P. Lovercraft. You know, that's his first two, H.P. Or, you know, I could do that, like D.P. Myers. You know what I'm saying? I like David P. So check out my books, Amazon, Pavilion Vortex, The Rectangulars. Podcast is on my YouTube, D Myers 45, or you can go on iTunes and punch in DJ Treylow's podcast. That's my DJ name, and you can subscribe to my podcast. All right, everybody have a good weekend. Stay out the heat unless you're going swimming. You know what I'm saying? And hopefully summer will improve for me as soon as the daggum July gets here. Where I get adjusted to this sun going up. But usually by July, the sun's already starting to... Because, dude, man, this sun is brutal. It comes up at like 6:30 in the morning. And then it doesn't go down to like almost 9 o'clock at night. Like, come on, man. Really? You know what I'm saying? You don't want to go down at 6, 7 o'clock. No, it's wait till 9 o'clock and getting up at 6 in the morning. It's like totally like I'm going to burn y'all up down there. So, in the podcast. See you later. DJ Treylow podcast. Check me out every week. I'm out. Saturday. Go have fun. Enjoy yourself.